Indian mythology is a fascinating part of the world's mythological traditions. It dates to around 1500 BCE and uniquely showcases a cyclical worldview and the concept of karma. Unlike Greek mythology, which focuses on epic heroes, or Norse mythology, which emphasizes battles, Indian mythology delves into the essence of the universe and the philosophy of life. Like many other civilizations, they believed that the world was created by gods, and among them, Vishnu is one of the most significant. In Hinduism's Holy Trinity, he plays the crucial role of maintaining cosmic order. Imagine a superhero with Superman's strength, Thor's charisma, and Doctor Strange's wisdom. That's Vishnu. Vishnu's origins lie in the most important ancient Indian texts, the Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita. These texts are like his autobiography and biography, describing how he rose from being an ordinary prince to a god responsible for maintaining cosmic order. Simply put, he's the universe's caretaker and guardian. Whenever the world faces a crisis, Vishnu takes on a new form to save it. Speaking of forms, Vishnu has 10 amazing avatars. Let's meet them. 1. Matsya, fish. Like Noah's Ark, he turned into a giant fish to save humanity from a catastrophic flood. 2nd, Kurma, tortoise. He became a giant tortoise to support the world and help churn the cosmic ocean. 3rd, Varaha, boar. He transformed into a mighty boar to rescue the earth goddess from the ocean depths. 4th, Narasimha, man-lion. A half-man, half-lion form to punish an evil king. 5th, Vamana, dwarf. Though tiny in size, he crossed the entire universe in 3 steps. 6th, Parashurama, axe wielder. A warrior wielding an axe, specialized in defeating arrogant warriors. 7. Rama, ideal king. The Indian equivalent of King Arthur, an ideal monarch full of wisdom and courage. 8. Krishna, charming hero. The most beloved avatar, both a hero and a charismatic cowherd. 9. Buddha, the enlightened one. Yes, in Hinduism, Buddha is considered one of Vishnu's avatars. 10th, Kalki, future warrior. A warrior on a white horse who will appear at the end of the world to establish a new order. Each avatar is like an independent superhero with unique stories and powers. For example, Matsya saved the world from a great flood, while Narasimha, the man-lion, punished a tyrannical king. These distinct roles highlight the versatility and purpose of each form. These avatars not only display Vishnu's omnipotence, but also reflect the Indian understanding of justice, wisdom, and protecting the world. This approach of showcasing the divine's versatility through different forms is unparalleled among the world's mythologies, emphasizing the inclusivity and diversity of Indian mythology. Let me tell you a fascinating story about how Vishnu transformed into a fish to save the world. This is India's version of Noah's Ark, showing how myths worldwide often include accounts of great floods. Perhaps these myths reflect historical climate changes. But I digress. Let's return to the story. Imagine long ago, there was a sage named Manu. Every day he would go to the Ganges River to fetch water and wash his hands. One day, while washing up, he suddenly heard a tiny voice saying, "Save me! Save me!" Manu looked down and saw a small golden fish asking for help. This little fish could talk and had big, expressive eyes. It pleaded pitifully, "Oh, great sage, the big fish in the river want to eat me. Can you please take me in?" Manu was amused by the talking fish and thought, "This is no ordinary fish." So he brought out a small water pot and took the golden fish home. The next morning, Manu noticed something strange. The fish had doubled in size. It no longer fit in the pot. He moved it to a large water jar, but by the 3rd day, the fish outgrew the jar too. Manu kept transferring it to bigger and bigger bodies of water. First a pond, then a lake, and finally the ocean, as it had grown impossibly large. At this point, the enormous golden fish revealed its true form. It said to Manu, "Dear Manu, Thank you for taking care of me all these days. I am Vishnu. I became this fish to test your kindness. Now, I must share an important secret with you. In 7 days, a devastating flood will engulf the entire world. Vishnu then taught Manu how to build a great boat and instructed him to gather seeds of all plants and pairs of all animals. When the flood came, the gigantic golden fish transformed by Vishnu used its horn to tow Manu's boat safely through the stormy waters. Can you imagine the scene? In the raging waters, a glowing golden fish pulled a boat filled with all kinds of creatures, navigating through towering waves. When the flood finally receded, the world was reborn, thanks to Vishnu's wisdom and Manu's kindness. This story teaches us that kindness is always rewarded. Sometimes, seemingly small acts can determine the fate of the entire world. Have you ever wondered why Vishnu needs so many different forms? It's not just a costume game, but a reflection of profound wisdom. Firstly, these avatars mirror the process of life's evolution. From a fish in the water to an amphibious tortoise, then a boar on land, and finally to human-like forms, this sequence astonishingly resembles Darwin's theory of evolution. This shows that ancient Indians had a deep understanding of life's progression. Secondly, each avatar appears to meet the specific needs of the time. When floods threatened the world, Vishnu became a fish. When both wisdom and strength were needed, he became a man-lion. When spiritual guidance was required, he appeared as Buddha. This teaches us the importance of adapting to circumstances and responding flexibly. Moreover, these avatars showcase the multifaceted nature of divinity. Vishnu can be a fierce warrior, Rama, a playful cowherd, Krishna, a solemn sage, Buddha, or a humble dwarf, Vamana. True greatness lies not in sticking to one form, but in embracing and understanding all possibilities. Most importantly, these avatar stories remind us that the divine is not distant or unreachable. Vishnu appears in various forms to help us through difficulties, making believers feel a close connection to the divine and encouraging them to find traces of divinity in everyday life. So, Vishnu's 10 avatars are not just mythological tales, but a wisdom encyclopedia, teaching us how to understand life, adapt to change, embrace diversity, and discover the extraordinary in the ordinary. You might ask, why does Vishnu take on so many forms? This question leads us to the Indian worldview, which sees the universe as an endless cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. In this perspective, balance is key, and whenever chaos threatens, divine intervention restores order. This cyclical understanding shapes many of the myths and teachings in Indian culture. In Indian mythology, the world is not static, but continually cycles. Whenever evil forces grow too powerful and threaten the balance of the universe, Vishnu chooses the most appropriate form to intervene. It's like a super agent who picks the right gear and disguise for each mission. Sometimes he's a fish rescuing someone from water. Other times, he's a man-lion defeating a demon. It's almost like an ancient version of Transformers.